Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Talon. So today I'm just going to be reviewing one of my Thresh games in Grandmaster. I'm up to like 75 marks. We're about 20 games from Challenger. So that's really just what I've been going for. They announced recently, I kind of want to talk about this at the start of the video before the game really starts. They announced that they're going to have a new rank at 100 marks. I forget what they're going to call it, but it's going to be released next season. Basically meaning if we don't get Challenger on support this season, there's not really a point for grinding it for it next season because that won't be the highest rank anymore. So regardless of whether or not I get it this season, I'm just going to go play on my main account from now on and try to get the highest rank, like the new rank. So I'm going to be uploading just YouTube videos that are very easy to make. I already kind of said this in a previous video, but there's only going to be coaching videos or me reviewing / a live gameplay until the new season. And the reason for that is because I want to spend as much time grinding as possible because I really want to get support challenger so I can get 5-role challenger before the new rank comes out. And if I don't get that, then oh well, we're just never going to get that, and we're just going to go for just like playing every role, whatever we feel like, to the highest rank, like just playing autofill or playing whatever role I feel like playing on my main account. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know that. And then like getting into the gameplay, so now we'll just kind of talk about this. So initially, I'm playing Thresh, so I'm really trying to play for level 2 here. I'm kind of going to half review it, half just go through my thought process with you guys, but I really want to go onto Varus if I can because Tristana has good follow-up, so that's why I go for the Flay. Tristana doesn't walk up in auto. If she walks up in autos, we win this trade a lot harder, but it still works out well as a trade because Varus is not very good when you're on top of him generally, especially early game. And then I'm pretty low health, but I want to auto this wave right away so I can get level 2 and get my hook, and then look to see if I can hook them or anything like that. I don't really know where their jungler is. I've been trying to get better about paying attention to where the jungler is and where my jungler is. But since I land a hook here, we can go all in. I believe we do get the kill here. Yeah, we do. So that's a nice little thing there. And then, yeah, I don't know where their jungler is. So I feel like at this point I should be backing up because it's 1 minute and 10 seconds. Scuttle spawns at 125, meaning their jungler very likely could be here ganking us anytime soon. So we should just shove this wave and then back, in my opinion. I think even going for this hook is too aggressive. It doesn't really do anything for us. And then the orange shows up. And since it's orange jungle, he's not great at ganking. So we're fine. But that was dumb of me. I shouldn't have gone for that. So, yeah. But in general, yeah, I'm just going to be really focusing on trying to get better at support in the next, like, 10, 14 days. There's, like, less than 2 weeks left in the season around. We don't know the exact time that the season's coming out, but it's, like, around that time. So, yeah. I think this follow thing gets stuck on my screen for a little bit here. It'll be taken off in a little bit. I'll do something to get it off like in like a minute because I'm watching this from my stream. So unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to deal with that annoying thing on screen. You probably wouldn't have noticed if I didn't say anything. So sorry about that. But yeah, so we're just continuing to go up and trade here. Not really much going on. You can see I'm kind of like just looking for a hook, seeing if I can get anything. Since Ornn was just on my side of the map, I'd expect him to not be here anymore, so we can trade more aggressively. And I do land a hook and get a nice get some nice little poke on them. My jungler is also coming, so we're gonna look for any type of gank and force if we can. Ideally, we just lantern him and then we flash onto the Varus and then we kill them, which I think is exactly what we do. Let's see if we actually get the kill. We don't because he flashes. We get Braum flash as well. And I think we could probably dive them again because we think Ornn is on bottom side because he was top side recently. So if you typically see a jungler on one side of the map, it means they're going to be on the other side after. And look at this, the KS King on support, all 3 kills. Screw my teammates, I do die. But yeah, you know, we take all the kills on support. We don't care about our teammates, but in reality, I just wanted to kill them because we're under tower. So typically, obviously you don't want to take some kills on support, but honestly, I think it's not that bad to take kills on support. Like I think Thresh does really well with gold, for example. I think like Nami is a good champion with gold. Now don't get me wrong, if I can, I'll try to give the kill to my ADC or my jungler or something, but a lot of times, especially when I'm playing with randoms, I'll just take them. Why not take them? I can carry the games harder, and I really can, like I can spread that lead to my team in later team fights by getting a lot of damage and CC and everything like that. So, and just being really tanky makes it really hard to kill anyways. So I usually don't worry that much about taking kills. I'm pretty cool with taking kills from my teammates. Like not intentionally, but again, if it happens, it happens. I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather just secure as many kills as possible. Especially if I notice my ADC is bad. Like if I notice my ADC is bad, I'll purposefully take them at that point. Because like there's no reason, right? If your teammates aren't good, then why wouldn't you? Sorry there, I just Had something in my throat. But anyways, here I feel like I should have looked for a roam. So looking at the wave, there's not much going on. My Tristana is pretty safe because she has jump. I think she has her flash. She does not have flash, but she has jump. I would have probably wanted myself to rotate mid here just to look, but instead I go for an over aggressive play, and I believe we die because we do get ganked. See, like, I don't know where their jungler is, and there's not much like reason for me to do that, especially right before dragon, because now I don't have my ultimate before dragon. I waste my proto belt. Like, that was pretty dumb of me. And then here's where I fixed the thing, so sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so there I fixed the follow thing. I know that was probably a little bit annoying. I'm just gonna keep it in the video though. Like I said, really focused on getting challenger support, so I'm just gonna kind of be throwing out these quicker videos for you guys. And I know you guys might not like this as much. It feels a little lower effort, I know, and it is lower effort, but trust me, after the new season starts, I'll be getting you guys real guides and focusing on getting the new rank, trying to get content out of that and everything like that. So bear with me for now. If you guys don't enjoy these, I apologize. Let me know what you think. I like, if you want, if you prefer it to be live, or if you prefer it to be like this where I go over it afterwards, because I can do either, and both are completely cool with me. And then if people do, I don't have anyone that I'm currently going to be coaching for the next, like, no one's asked me recently, but if anyone's interested in coaching, then I'll throw up a YouTube video about the coaching whenever I do coach someone as well. But yeah, so in this game we just kind of go for the drag. There's not much to talk about there, again, because Orin is on the other side of the map taking Herald. You're gonna see here I end up rotating towards mid instead of going back to my ADC. I don't really know exactly why I do this. I guess it's just because I think they might drop the Herald mid, so I want to protect that in case they drop Herald mid. But we don't really gain a ton out of that. I lantern my teammate. Oh, the Riven is really fed in this game. I remember now. The Riven is really fed, and so we end up shutting down the Riven here, I believe, which is really good for us. I think we do, at least. Yeah, we do. And then I do a dumb flash here. I should have flashed and then hooked, but I hooked and then flashed, so that wasted more of my time. So that was kind of dumb. It looks like Tristana's on the turret, just wailing away at the turret, so that's good. But we currently have 100% KP here, kill participation. We've been fighting a lot and getting a lot of kills, but also dying a lot, so it's kind of like just really aggressive for me. I feel like I could be playing this game a bit slower, a bit more smart, paying attention to where jungler is. Looking at my stream time, this is 3 hours into my stream, so sometimes when we get past like the 2-3 hour mark, I feel like I play a lot worse, honestly. I play more relax is the word, maybe. How would I say it? Like, definitely not as aware of everything that I should be. It's a lot harder to think the more you've been playing, you know what I mean? Like, when you're my first couple games of the day, I feel like I'm, you know, more sharp, and then as we go on, it's more just autopilot, I guess. So I definitely need to keep these things in mind more, but now I have my mantle. For the build this game, they have all AD except for Varus, who's AP, but because of the Varus, I'm ending up going mantle because it gives me both types of resistances. And then I think I go for Warmogs and then Iceborne Gauntlet. Warmogs because I need a lot of HP along with my resistances to get maximum value, and then the Iceborne because it works well with the Thresh passive because you get bonus armor, and it's also just gives me a lot of armor and health and ability haste, all things that are really good on Thresh and really any tank. So you can see here, looking at the scoreboard, my Camille is very behind and the rest of my team is doing quite well. So the goal here is essentially just shut down the Riven when he goes in fights, and we're chilling. And kind of another thing I want to talk about, if you guys have watched my recent top lane coaching videos or my recent live top lane gameplay, I talk a lot about like spreading the lead of top lane to other parts of the map. When you have an advantage, you can't just sit in your lane or like, you know, just int away your lead doing something stupid or split pushing. And I think this Riven is a great example of someone who doesn't know how to actually play top lane and only understands how to win lane. They don't really like rotate to fights well or do much to help their team, and then when they do rotate to the fights, they just go in 1v5 and they don't team fight well. So you can see here again, he gets caught out. I don't know if he dies here, but we catch him out. Like, the Riven is really, like, he has such a huge lead. Like, it should never be possible to beat this Riven here. Oh, the stream ends up lagging. I don't know how long it lags for. We'll see. So there's a little bit of lag on this game as well, so hopefully there's not too much. If there's too much, then I'm gonna have to re-record something else. But speaking about the yeah, so it looks like the lag goes away, so that was just a little bit of lag. But speaking again about the Riven stuff, it's really like they just don't do anything with their lead in this game. they just keep split pushing. They don't really win any fights or snowball the game or do anything like that. They just, after they're getting like 4 solo kills on Camille, they just die twice. They don't really do anything. They have 7.4k gold, but now my Diana's caught up. My mid laner's caught up. I'm pretty strong. Like they just really don't do anything in this game. And we do a good job of shutting them down as well. Like I'm very aware of Riven, making sure that I can CC them, catch them out, so that they can't do that. So just the same as it's important as the top laner to know how to use your lead. When someone has a big lead on the enemy, you need to know to shut them down, but you also don't want to play towards them too early. And so what I mean by that is, as a support or jungler or mid laner, anyone who's going to roam to these other lanes, you want to play around your strong lane because you want to get your strong lane farther ahead. And then once you have a strong point, that's when you can try to shut down the enemy carry who gets really fed. So if we fought the Riven really early on, like say my jungler tried to gank Riven early on, they would just die because Riven had such a big lead early on. But once Diana is able to get a gold lead from killing the bottom side of the map or the mid lane, then you can use that lead to shut down the enemy carry later on. If you try to shut down the enemy carry right away, you're just going to end up feeding them and it's not going to work out well. And I'm not really talking super heavily about like the game here, just kind of having that gameplay as I kind of talk about whatever I guess I think about talking about that I think's interesting or good to learn. So like again, it's not like I'm trying to teach you guys Thresh specifically or even like the macro in the specific game. I just kind of want to talk about in these videos that I do in the next week or two, just kind of whatever I feel is important to kind of talk about during games and everything like that. So like that's why I was kind of talking about the Riven and how they played the game, because I feel like it could have been done much better. As for my own gameplay here, I think after my lane phase and not being aware of jungle, I play pretty well. We have a lot of CC and we play the fights pretty well. So that's definitely good. Again, I'm playing around my strong points, which are my jungle and mid laner, my 2 assassins, so I'm really rotating a lot with them. I'm duo with my jungler, by the way. He's a really good player. His name's Bonsai. I think I was in VC with him, talking as well during this game, so I was definitely rotating for him. That's why I was picking Thresh. Like, that's another thing that I found, guys. I've been doing with mid laners and junglers, and the difference is, when I'm doing with a mid laner, or with a jungler rather, I really want to play for that jungler because a lot of times my ADCs, honestly, like they're not very good. So I end up like playing for my jungler and really leaving them. And when that happens, I want to be playing a tank support because it's much better to roam often as a tank support with your carry jungler. And then on the other side, when I'm playing with a mid laner, especially the mid laner I was playing with is a Pyke mid player, so he plays it to roam a lot. He really likes to roam with a Pyke. So I would play a more dominant champion like, or a more lane dominant champion like Nami. So in that case, I'd be getting the lane advantage myself, and then my jungler or my mid laner ganks me, or we use that lead to help him out. Whereas when I'm playing with my jungler, I'm taking a Thresh so I can rotate with him. So it's just kind of a different play style depending on who you're duo with or how you want to play the game and all that. Because my jungler, the person I'm duo with, excuse me, he's a very carry oriented player. He really needs like a lot of resources to like he really plays to 1v9 games and everything, so I have that in my mind when I'm picking my champions and everything and who I want to play to try to help him out the most, because he's not like gonna gank a ton or anything like that, or if he is ganking, he's ganking to try to get himself a lead. So that's why we play this champ. So it's kind of interesting to think about too if you are playing duo queue. I know a lot of you guys solo queue, and if you solo queue, then you're really going to want to play like a versatile champions. Like Thresh is versatile because he's really strong in lane, but he can also rotate. But if you are playing duo queue, figuring out what type of champions work best with your duo, because you two are the consistent factors, so you might as well play towards yourselves if you can. Now some people prefer the more supportive playstyle, and that's perfectly fine too. Like I was doing with a tank jungle player earlier today, and then I would play Nami, and then we would just get advantages ourselves, but then we would use those advantages to help out our teammates because we're playing a tank and I was playing Nami a lot. So those two champions aren't going to solo carry the game. So instead, you know, we're going to use those leads that we get early on in the game to end up helping our teammates out. So we end up catching the Riven out again here. It's kind of the same thing, guys. Like this Riven really didn't do a good job of just not getting caught, really, simply enough. And then we want to go for Baron here since we take 3 out. This is Grandmaster players, by the way. We kill 3 people, their jungler dies, and nobody's going for Baron apart from me and my duo, which is very concerning, honestly. I'm not entirely sure what they thought they were doing, like not going for Baron. Now, we do end up getting it anyways, but say the enemy, both their players came and tried to contest Baron. We could have possibly died when there should be no way that we don't get Baron here. So it's just kind of weird that they were waiting so long to go for Baron. Just a little strange. Honestly, I've been getting quite frustrated the last couple of days. I've been blaming teammates too much too. Like this is something I've really had a problem with the last, like pretty much for this support challenge. I've been way too toxic and blaming way too many people. And my win rate's pretty good on support. I mean, it's like 59, but I feel like it would be much higher and I would be playing much better if I wasn't so focused on blaming my teammates. Even though I don't think they're very good. I think a lot of times I've had some not good teammates, but everyone has bad teammates and everyone has to deal with the same thing. And even then, like, with how much I'm blaming them, it's just not helping me or, you know, really doing anything for me. And I think that's a thing a lot of people struggle with, is just like blaming their teammates and not really focusing on themselves. And that's something that I've had a lot of trouble with recently. So it's something I want to work on, but it's a lot easier said than done, you know? Sure, when you're playing and you just like go into your first game or your second game of the day and you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna blame my teammates, that's fine. But then you play 4 or 5 games, you go on a loss streak, and you get frustrated, and then it's harder and harder to not blame them. But that's not an excuse. I mean, obviously I need to stop blaming them because it's really not helping me improve at all, and it's hindered my improvement for sure. So something I'm going to continue to keep in mind, but the later the games go, the more games I play, it feels hard to do sometimes. So I don't know, you guys ever struggle with that, like blaming teammates? I know I hear a lot of people often talk about like blaming the matchmaking systems and stuff like that. And even for me, even if the matchmaking systems aren't the best, I don't like blaming matchmaking systems for the reason that I'm whatever rank I am. I just like focusing on trying to, like, you know, myself, right? Like, I'm the one who can improve. I'm the one who controls whether I win or lose in a majority of games. And even if I have bad teammates, if I play well enough, I can win. And a great example of this is today I was playing and I think I was saying on stream, I had 2 games in a row where I think I might have had some of the worst teammates I've ever seen. And we won both of those games because we, like me and my duo, we carried the game super hard despite, honestly, our teammates were definitely playing quite poorly. So, I mean, if you play well enough, you can usually carry and win games anyways. But it just feels obviously hard, even like, so it's good to focus on yourself. Sometimes it's hard not to blame others because sometimes they do troll or they do these unfortunate things and it feels bad. But watch, I almost lived this, guys. This is why I really like Mantle, by the way. They think they kill me, but then Mantle pops. I nearly get out with my shield, but I barely die. I died to the Kai'Sa W. I would have survived, but Kai'Sa W's me. That was so sad. But yeah, again, I know I've not been talking much about the game. I kind of wanted the early game. I think this is really the thing I'm kind of trying to focus on, is improving my awareness of jungle, which is the same thing I was talking about in my earlier video about improvement. And clearly I've not made that a habit as much as I should. So it's just good thing for me to look at. And then the Riven really like made it easy because the Riven got a huge lead on Camille, but they didn't do anything with that lead and they just kind of fed into us and didn't really push their lead properly. So it ended up making this game pretty easy. So yeah, it was kind of nice to just talk about whatever I was thinking about on this video. I don't know. Again, let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, I think the game is almost done. So that is good. I think we win here pretty soon. Sorry, I got distracted. Honestly, I got a message on my phone, so I was distracted. I know it's not a great way to record these videos, to be so distracted, but honestly, yeah, I'm just really focused on grinding support and everything. So I don't know. YouTube videos are always fun to make. It's just I really want to grind this because I feel like I don't really have another opportunity to get challenger support after this season because of the new rank system, or because of the new rank that they're adding. Because why would I want to get challenger support if there's a higher rank after that? And I don't think I want to go for challenger on every or the new rank, whatever it's called. I don't want to go for that highest rank on every single role because that'd be so much time. I'd rather just go for it by playing a lot of autofill and playing just whatever role I feel like, kind of like play multiple roles and everything like that. But I'm definitely gonna have content about me climbing to that role or that rank. Hopefully we can end up reaching that next season. That will definitely be the goal. And then I think I'm also gonna play legendary queue. Let me know what you guys think about legendary queue if you want any of that. But here is where we end the game. The Cat and the Diana get some kills. We get good setup and we end the game with our Baron. But yeah, so let me know like what you guys think about these videos. I know you might not love them, and like I said, in a couple weeks when the new rank season comes out, we will be bringing back the other types of videos. But for now, it's going to be some of this gameplay, and don't think again that this is going to be permanent. I promise you guys there will be plenty more guides, plenty more champion guides, all of that type of stuff coming in the future. Just for these couple weeks, we're going to be focusing on that, like I said. So anyways, I do hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.